Hello, everyone. This is Janet from Wimbledon, and it's nice to see all of you again. I've worked in the public and private sector. Most of the time, I talk about natural hair day, skin, and so on. I'm gonna do another video about that and just basically well-being and looking out after your body inside and outside and so on. And I will probably do a video about that sometime. And basically, this time I'm trying to talk about the triple lock. And the triple lock is when in the United Kingdom, pensioners given the state pension in case their private pension isn't sort of like enough and is in line with inflation, either 2.5 wage inflation, and how high uh, uh, the the um, um, the yearly inflation goes, and that's why it's called the triple lock. I'm glad that I don't know whether my parents had their private pension, but I think that my parents got a little bit of the triple lock and the pension credit because most people who follow my video knows that my parents really did downsize a lot. And it was nice. And my mother used to gush about, her prescriptions, the NHS and all that, and so on. So even though the NHS is not the best in the world, but you know, we get that, we get good treatment and so on. And the thing is that it's easy for me to say this, that I do feel that we should do more things for young people. I now my first niece is now 18, but the thing is that that does not mean that we should punish the pensioners because I'm thinking now, I may say, oh, it needs to be reviewed. But one day I'm gonna be a pension. One day I'm going to be a pensioner. And it would be nice that if my own private pension is not on more long, if I can get enough pension credit, I would like to also get that as well. And basically, a lot of pensioners have actually called into BBC Radio 4 and LBC, and they have said that it's still not enough for them. So should we penalize pensions because we want to help young people? You know, this is a very difficult time for young people. Um, but that does not mean that we should punish the elderly because we're all gonna get there. So there can be a review. We can look at what we give to them if we want to do that. But we can do that very expensive real age to something. We can send money abroad and so on. We can send ammunition to Ukraine and so on. Okay, so we need to build more social housing for young people, and we need to tell young people, you know, wow, in fact, once you start your GCSE, start saving your money. And I think parents need to tell a lot of people that. I'm not gonna say, oh, they shouldn't take avocado, they shouldn't go to Costa Coffee and all that. You can get your coffee at McDonald's. That's not for me to say, and that's that. But tell people you don't always have to eat that big lunch. You can make your own lunch, and it's not your fault. That's not gonna make a difference. And I'm not gonna tell you not to watch Netflix. If you have a safe place to stay and your family are not disturbing you, you can stay in your family's house. But I know the need to get your own place. The only thing I wanted to do basically was to get my own place, even bigger than marriage. I just wanted my own place. There is nothing more than just getting your own place and so on. So basically we're not gonna blame anybody. I do feel that more social housing should be built. I do feel that as soon as kids get to the age of 16, the government should start giving them some amount of money. And as soon as they get to 18, the money that the government makes for people, they should start getting that as well. And I think that all young people should be written a letter automatically when they're 18 to start putting their name in social housing and so on. And I'm sorry that things are really difficult for them, but things are very difficult for everybody at this moment. It depends on how you handle it. That's the most important thing. I personally would leave the triple lock. I don't know why. I don't know. I just feel that I don't want, I just don't want pensioners suffering. Let's not take from one group to give to another group. And things can be really difficult. I mean, the cost of living, housing, and so on. Luckily, I'm in a low cost housing, and my place doesn't take that much money. And I was listening to a woman on one of these BBC programs, and she was saying that she's in her 30s, and that she's never ever gonna own a place and all that. Look, in my family, only one, two people own a place. I'm very lucky I'm in a low cost housing, so I can just stay here as long as I want, and that's that. And it's not in a block of flats. I'm very lucky it's in a suburb near the outskirts of Wimbledon, and it's just a small place. In fact, I've had my sister and my nephew here, so I'm very lucky to be here because it's not really expensive to run. But I'm in between careers or I'm in my career, so I'm lucky. But it's pretty much a small place. There is not, you know, it's not a great place, but it is a place, and I am very pleased to have it. So I would definitely say to a lot of young people, whether you want it or not, put your name on the list for subsidized housing. You just never know. But I do still believe that we need to do something to help young people. But there's a lot of internship and so on in the office. My niece is in a local authority right now. I'm on and off in the civil service. I'm in between contracts. There are apprenticeship in the civil service as well, and that's the only way you're gonna make it out there. And I think parents should remind their children. I'm not gonna lie, my mother said to me, if you have to go, said to all of us, if you have to go on income support, we've paid for it, do it at least until you get a job when we finish uni. And gradually we all did stuff. Now, we all live in our own different places. It's not that great, but it's a place, and that's that. So no, I don't think we should punish pensioners, but at the same time, we need to find another avenue and find money for young people. But even middle class people, even people in their 30s are suffering as well. I don't know what happened with all the right to buy and so on. It doesn't seem to, you know, Liz Truss coming to make a speech in the Institute of Government. That's debatable. I don't know whether it's appropriate for her to do that. So you know what? Don't give up hope. Just keep pushing and keep pushing. Okay? You don't have to buy that house. Put your name in subsidized housing. And I wish you well. Bye. Stay safe.